up, you guys? This is Los from the Big Retro Show. I'm headed over to my local flea market. I haven't been to the flea market for what seems like many months, years even. So I'm interested to find some games and some other things. Hopefully I can find something good for a cheap price, but nowadays people want to look on their apps for eBay, see the prices there, and then charge accordingly. So I guess I'll have to see how well I do on this adventure. I'm gonna get, let's see, a number 2 with a large coffee.
Large coffee. And any cream my sugar?
No, it's just black.
Anything else?
That's it.
794 for yourself.
Gotta fill up if I'm doing some flea market hunting. So my first score of the day was a good one. I got up to this vendor table and they had some games on there. Of course, they were all individually priced. I saw a couple of games that I wanted and I made an offer, and happily that he accepted. Anyways, onward. Not a bad day at the flea market. Let's go back to the retro cave so I can show you my haul. Hey guys, back here at the retro cave, and I'm going to show you what I got at the flea market. Now I had a budget, as you saw in the beginning of the video. I think it was like maybe 80 bucks or something like that I planned to spend over at the flea market, and I didn't spend it all. And that's for good reason, and I'll tell you why after I show you what I got. So the very first table that I saw at the flea market, I saw these 2 games. This one is New Super Mario Brothers. It is not complete, but it does come with a case. Of course, you guys know about this game. Excellent game for the Wii. I had to have this game. I had to have it. I don't have a physical copy of it because I sold it, and I regretted selling it like almost immediately after I sold it. But I sold it as part of a bundle deal with the Wii. The next game I have here is God of War, and it is the Steelbook. I don't own a lot of Steelbooks, and so I figured, you know what, this is one that I think I want to pick up. It's pretty cool. It comes with obviously the excellent God of War for the PS4, and I picked these up for 15 bucks. So that's not a bad purchase at all. Now, the second table that I went to was a reseller. And as you guys know, resellers are there to make the top dollar for all of their games. And you know you're rolling up on a reseller table when everything is organized really well. They have games in the plastic, they have games everywhere basically. And you know that the prices are not gonna be what you're used to paying at the flea market. They're gonna be a lot more expensive. And so, you know, I visited the resellers table, and then I didn't pick anything up there. It's just, I didn't feel like spending all that much money on flea market video games. And so, you know, I did a bit of browsing, a bit of asking, but there was nothing there that I really absolutely needed. So the third table that I went to had tons of games, and they were reasonably priced. So I'm going to show you those next. So I picked up this game, Brutal Legend. I saw this game, I think it was one of Metal Jesus Rocks' videos that talked about this game. The case is in really bad shape. It's actually ripped. I'm probably gonna swap the case out for a new one, but it is complete and the disc is in great condition. I like Jack Black, and this is a game that he voices. And Metal Jesus made this game look really interesting, and so I saw it over there, and I had to have it, had to pick it up. The next thing that I picked up over at this table was a copy of Wii Sports. This game, for some reason, sells really, really well, both on Facebook Marketplace and on eBay. I picked it up for $5. The price was so good that I picked up a second copy. I know it says $10 on here, but he budged at $5 a piece. So I picked these two games up, and since I already have a copy of these are both going online to sell. I'll probably make about $40 selling these. You know, not bad. I got them for 10, both of them. And the next thing that I saw at this table was the Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto Vice City Xbox collection. For some reason, this sells really well, and it is, you know, it fetches, you know, $20, $25 on pricecharting.com. Well, I paid for everything that you just saw here $23. Now, he would not budge for 20, just an even 20. He said no, he was adamant that he had to have 23 for these games, and so I wasn't gonna haggle over $3, and so I paid him the $23, but I think it's a good purchase. And the last game that I picked up was at a different table, and this was Ultimate Alliance for the PSP. What's not to love about this game? I have a PSP, don't have very many games on the PSP, and so figured I had to have this game for $5. Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up. Now, I'd gone there with the full intention of spending $80 at this flea market, but it turns out that I didn't get to spend it all. At the most, I spent maybe 60 of that, and that's because I rolled up on a table towards the end of my exploring, and this lady did not have change, and I was going to pick up a bunch of games. I think there was a Resident Evil for the Wii I was going to pick up, and some Xbox 360 games, and they were good games, you know. I wanted to pick them up, but she just did not have any change, and I didn't want anything else, and so I did not pick them up. But I'm pretty happy with my pickups at the flea market. I don't go there often, but when I do, I always find some stuff. It used to be back in the day where you can go to the flea market and, you know, bring $20 and wind up with like 10, 15 games, because the games were going for so much cheaper back then. And I'm talking Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and N64 games that are now just, you know, priced so high. And that's because of, you know, eBay, YouTube, you name it. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop me a subscribe. Make sure that you comment on the video and give me a thumbs up. And if you didn't, make sure you subscribe, drop me a comment, and give me a thumbs down. And until the next one, I will see you on the Big Retro Show. Peace.